So that shiny new game just came out, Echoes of the End, and you want to know if it's worth your time, right? Well, let's take a look at the game first and first impressions. Keep in mind this is not a full review, this is a quick look at the game. I played the game for 1.5 hours, so I'll show some footage of the game while describing it and giving a few thoughts on it. Right away, this game had huge stuttering happening, but when I got about 15 to 20 minutes in, the stuttering went away for the most part. It would still happen here and there, but nowhere near as bad as the beginning. I did also crash once, somewhere in the middle of the game, because when those stutters do happen, they are pretty massive ones, and this one just so happened to freeze my game and then crash it. Besides the stuttering issues that definitely need to be fixed, the performance of the game is actually not bad. It ran pretty smoothly otherwise. According to Google, there are 10 chapters in this game, and I got off in the beginning stages of chapter 2, so I'm not too far in. The main character is a female, and she has a younger brother with her in the beginning. She has magic powers, making her what they call a vestige, and everyone seems to fear them. They are people who can use magic without help. Everyone else has to use something called a focal bracer in order to use magic. It's not as strong or capable. So she's a vestige, she has innate magic, and her brother has a focal bracer. All you do in this beginning part is follow the path because the game is very linear. You also learn some combat as you go along. You have health and mana, which do not regenerate. Those can only be regenerated at stacks of glowing purple stones. For attacks, you have a sword, and you can block, parry, dodge, and do a light attack. You'll then get points to spend on a skill tree, and you'll get a heavy attack next. In addition to that, you have mana for magic attacks. The default attacks is a blast and then telekinesis, where you can pull or push enemies and objects different directions. In that same skill tree, you can also buy new magical attacks, as well as more regular attacks and more overall health, stuff like that. It's not that big of a skill tree. So far, I have fought 3 different types of creatures and some human enemies. There's a bit of platforming, like climbing and jumping, as well as a little bit of puzzles, if you can call it that. The platforming is easy, just a little bit of jumping and climbing, and the puzzles are pretty easy too. The puzzles is things like using her powers to turn cogs a certain way, pulling a wooden cube to jump and climb on, and using her companion's powers to help her platform, for example. So her brother is younger than her, and a bit naive maybe. As they travel together, they'll do some fighting, platforming, all that, and then at one point he runs off because he hears a noise and wants to investigate. Apparently he snuck by a boss creature, several types of enemies, and parkoured his way there, because that's what she had to do to catch back up. It was kinda unrealistic if you ask me, especially as they're supposed to be traveling together and he's the weaker one. Anyways, the boss creature that I fought was both easy and hard for me. Easy because in general it wasn't too hard a challenge, but hard because I simply sucked with the parrying mechanic that I kept trying to do, or maybe the game's timing window was just throwing me off. After about 4 tries, I started to parry a little bit better, and I did beat the creature. When she catches back up to her brother, he's nearby what's called the ward. The ward is an ancient magical barrier that protects their homeland from like creatures and invaders. However, it was damaged. That's when another vestige appears, and this one is an invading enemy. She is also the one who damaged the ward. The enemy vestige and her companion both want a guide. Her brother volunteers if they don't hurt his sister, your character. Instead, they now take him, and then the enemy vestige tries to kill you. You seem to be designed to lose the fight because an older man rescues you from falling rocks. He seems to be the companion now instead of the brother, and you can use his magic for battle or helping around. I got off the game while traveling with him. Visually, the game looks great, as most Unreal Engine 5 games do. The story so far is moderately interesting, and the fighting is alright as well. Honestly, the game is pretty standard in all aspects to me. It's not really bad, it's not really good, it's alright. However, the stuttering does bring my opinion of the game from standard to below standard. If you are interested in the game, hopefully that gets fixed. I am of course on PC playing this game, so it's entirely possible that the console versions run better. All in all, I believe this game to be a standard story-driven linear experience, and nothing really stands out to me here. I don't really like it that much, but nor do I really dislike it, though that's my personal opinion. Whether or not this is your type of game, I'll see you on the next one.